What's up, y'all? Let's do this.
Oh, hi guys, welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today we gotta talk about this Twitter takeover and this Twitter saga between Elon Musk, the left, and the Saudi royal family. We gotta talk about this connection between them and why this has an impact on Twitter. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, please consider donating a cup of coffee for me, because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations, okay? I'm also on Locals, guys, if you guys want to sponsor and support this podcast show, all right? If you guys love Nikki's World so much, please hit that like, subscribe, please give me a review, good, bad, and the ugly. And before we get the show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and any of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Woo! All right, gang. We got through all the formalities, you know. Yeah, I said this last night on Instagram, and I posted it on my Instagram stories. I said I wanted to do a podcast show last night, but I decided to take a break because, like I said, I've been doing 3 podcast shows this week, man. I've been popping 3 of them, so this is going to be a 4th one tonight. So this will be posted as soon as I come home from work tonight. All right? So today, guys, I want to talk about this hostile takeover of Twitter and the attempt by Elon Musk to buy out Twitter with $43 billion. Okay, it seems the left that basically has a monopoly on Twitter is having a fucking nuclear meltdown over this. Okay, they're having a meltdown over Elon Musk buying a stake of Twitter because he wants to bring back freedom of speech. He wants to bring back, people's ability to speak freely. So he wants to do that. And I'll tell you this right now, guys. I'll tell you this. It's a shitstorm going on right now. It's a major shitstorm. But I'll say this. I'll say this right now. If you're on the board of directors and Elon Musk offers you $43 billion to buy out your company, and you decide not to take up on the offer, instead take the poison pill and dilute the stock so he can't buy it, I want to know, up with that idea? I want to know what asshole on God's green earth came up with the idea that to block Elon Musk from buying Twitter, that you want to dilute the stock and you want to protect the company. It seems like Twitter is being run by a bunch of kids and the grown-ups aren't in the room. It seems like that. It seems like Twitter is being run by a bunch of teenagers, or basically like adult kids who don't even have the business sense or the money sense. They don't. So I'm sitting here like this as I'm driving on I-84 on the way to work. I'm sitting here going, what the actual fuck are these people thinking? What in the world is going on? Seems like these people can't even think for themselves. It seems like, guys, the kids and the adult kids in Twitter can't even understand that money talks, bullshit walks. And their bullshit is gonna basically sink the company. Yeah. It's like this. The left right now is all having a nuclear meltdown because Elon Musk wants to buy out Twitter and is mounting a hostile takeover. At the same time, you got this Saudi prince, I don't know what the fuck his name is. He's saying, his money's not worth the intrinsic value of Twitter. And the left is all jumping on the bandwagon behind the Saudi prince. Mind you, the Saudi royal family hates gays, doesn't allow women to have the equal rights as men, imprisons people, whips them, and cuts their heads off as a form of prison punishment. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. The left is basically the epitome of pig stupid. They're the epitome of sheer stupidity. You know? It's like these people on the left, they don't clearly understand the value of money. I mean, dictators do. Dictators do real quick. If somebody offered them out, $43 billion to walk away from it, they'd be like, sure, I'll take the $43 billion and disappear. They wouldn't. But the problem is, you got leftist retards who want to keep Twitter as a censorship haven, as a haven for kicking out conservatives, kicking out libertarians, independents, like blocking President Donald Trump from speaking freely. Yeah, these are the people of Twitter, man. And Elon Musk wants to buy out Twitter and make Twitter a free speech platform. Yep. That's what he wants to do. He wants to turn Twitter into the ultimate freedom of speech platform. Problem is, the left doesn't want that because the left's all in on censorship and basically like controlling people's ability to speak freely. And Elon Musk would rather have freedom of speech and democracy. He would rather have that. That's why if you look at like why this guy is fighting why this guy's wanting to do a hostile takeover of Twitter, because he wants to kick the management and the board of directors out and install people that are in line with Elon Musk's philosophy. Yeah, dude. Pretty much, man. But I gotta say this, man. What the left's trying to do is basically implode itself, so Elon Musk doesn't get a hold of Twitter, doesn't buy out Twitter. And they're trying to use the Saudi royal family, which the left has started to latch on by saying, oh, we like how the Saudi royal prince is saying about Twitter since he owns 5% of the company. They're latching on to him, not knowing that they're latching on to the Saudi royal family that hates gays, that hates LGBTQ people, that basically doesn't give women the same equal rights as men, and doesn't allow women to drive a car or leave the country without permission of a male family member. And this is the left that supports it. I'm like, the left is the epitome of peak stupid. They are the epitome of sheer stupidity, sheer retardedness. They really are, guys. They really are. They would rather destroy Twitter than to completely take the money and hand it to them. They would rather. Because you know why? They're all about censorship. They're all about being a propaganda arm of the Democrat Party. They're all about being the propaganda ministers of that party. They don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about your right to speak freely. They don't. All they care about is censoring people's ability to speak. They say they want to be the town's public square to speak, but then they want to silence people who they don't agree, and they want to silence people whose politics they don't like and agree to. Twitter, in my opinion, is basically shooting themselves in the foot. They're basically cutting their heads off, so to speak. They really are, man. They are basically shooting themselves royally. And I'll say this, guys. And I'll say this. Twitter is basically on its death knell. The fact that the board of directors turned down Elon Musk's offer of $43 billion, which is the worst business move in history. That is the worst decision in business history. That you would rather turn down $43 billion for Elon Musk to take over your company and implode your company so he won't buy it, is basically the most horrific, god-awful, worst business decision that I've ever seen on the face of the earth. These guys that work and run Twitter are basically becoming the Enron of the 1990s. They'd rather implode themselves than have the company turned over to someone else. And then you wonder why some of the people are basically hauled off into prison and all that. They're hauled off in handcuffs and all this shit. You wonder why. You really gotta wonder why. I mean, holy fuck. I mean, wow. I mean, who came up with that business idea of like turning down Elon Musk's offer and instead implode the company? And then at the same time, them doing that business decision, they just screwed every shareholder who brought stock into that company. They screwed them to the bone. I mean, talk about the most horrific business decision. Talk about what were they fucking thinking? You know? I mean, who came out with this business decision and who thought this was a good idea? I mean, this has to rank as one of the worst business decisions ever, man. This has to rank as one of the worst business ideas in the world. This has to, man, because I sit here like this, and as I'm driving, I'm like, you have to be this stupid not to take this offer. But you know, the board of directors of Twitter, who are all woke, left, social justice warrior crap, they're on this like social justice craze. They're leftist, Marxist, socialist, communist, Democrat craze, which they probably every morning like pop to attention as the Soviet national anthem's being played, and they're probably going, yeah, we're doing this all in the name of this and this and this. I think like this. I think, in my opinion, this ranks as the worst business decision on the face of the earth. This ranks as the worst decision that you'll ever face in your fucking lifetime. This really does, guys. This really does. But I gotta hand it to you. I gotta hand it to Elon Musk. He gave him a good offer. He gave him a good deal that anyone with business sense would look at this and go, all right, Elon Musk, write the check right now. Give me 2 hours and I'll clean my desk and we're out of here. I would have done that. But we all know the left is all in on censorship. They're all in on censoring conservatives, censoring anyone who doesn't believe in the cult of COVID, the cult of mask, the cult of Karen. They don't believe in that. All they believe, you know what I mean? They would censor anyone who doesn't believe the Democrat bullshit. You know what I mean? They would literally go censor these people. And I sit here and I go, how fucked up is it that you have to come up with this shit? How fucked up is it that you have to come up with this business decision? Because I'm telling you right now, guys, I'm telling you, that is the worst horrific business decision ever, man. To refuse an offer like that from Elon Musk, which is what, the richest billionaire on the planet, the guy that basically can buy out any company he so chooses. I mean, for real, I mean, the left has to be that kind of stupid. The left has to be that special, I mean, really special kind of stupid to turn down an offer like this shit. You have to be so dumb, so stupid, so fucking retarded that you are willing to turn down a business decision like this. You have to be. You literally have to be that fucking stupid to turn down that kind of business offer. I'm sitting here like thinking about this and going, what were they thinking? What was the left thinking when they wanted to go through this shit? When they wanted to buy out? You know what I mean? When they refused the offer of Elon Musk? What were you thinking? That's all. I just want to ask that question. What were you thinking when Elon Musk offered you that money? $43 billion. Now, to the average person like me, $43 billion, I would have walked out of that company right now and said, here you go, give me 2 hours to clean out my desk and my locker, and I'm out of here. Give me the check on the way out. There you go, and here's the keys to everything. Here you go. But the left, they simply just want to implode themselves. They simply want to basically shoot themselves. Well, you know what I mean? I'll say this. They basically want to shoot themselves on the foot. It's like the people at Twitter. It's like there's nobody in that company that is smart. So let's put it to you this way: there's nobody in that company that is a genius or smart or has some brains. There's nobody. You have to wonder, when they hire people, do you have to be a dumb leftist, like idiot, who believes that men can be women, women can be men, that men can get pregnant, that women men should be allowed to compete in women's sports? Is that the kind of people they hire? The idiots who live in their own warped, mentally delusional, mental illness bubble? Really? I wonder. I really do, man. I really do. As I'm driving here on the way to work. As I'm driving on the way to work right now, I'm sitting here going, is this really the kind of people Twitter hires? And if that's the case, that's why your company is sinking like a rock. It is. And then now, let's see. According to the stock market, yesterday Twitter closed around what, $45 a share? I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Elon Musk, come Monday morning, guys, let's say this. Come Monday morning at 9 o'clock, when the opening bell of the market opens, if Elon Musk decides to dump and sell his 9.2% of Twitter stock, I'm going to tell you right now, that stock's going to go from $45, I'm going to say, to almost $15, $20 a share. I'm going to say around that ballpark, because I'm going to look at it like this, that you just sunk the company, and the left doesn't fucking see this, that their CEO, their CTO, which is the Chief Technology Officer, and their CFO, their Chief Financial Officer, who runs the money for the company, they live and die on stock options. And if their stock options drops below a percentage, below a dollar amount, which is, I believe, around, what, $20? Anything below that would probably, they'd be broke, they'd be bankrupt, they'd be like, done. And the funny thing is, no company on the fucking face of the earth would hire someone who sunk their company. No one. Because I'll tell you this, a lot of corporate executives, corporate owners, or corporate board members live by stock options. They get paid by stock options. And if their stock options drops to say, I'm going to say $20, let's use $20 as a nice even number, they're done. Their company's their company's going under. Their stock's gonna tank like no tomorrow. Their stock options are gonna go right through the roof, right down to the gutter. Their stock options aren't gonna exist any longer. And there's a good reason for that, guys. And there's a good reason why their stock options will drop like a rock. Because they didn't take the offer that Elon Musk put on the table. The left is all capitalizing on the Saudi royal family, who is pretty much blocking them from Elon Musk buying Twitter. So pretty much seems to me this is the worst business decision on the fucking face of the earth. This is the worst, horrific business decision I have ever seen, guys. It is. It's the worst kind. Simply because, I'll say this, simply because these people would rather be all about censorship, would rather be all about, let's just say like basically censorship, like cancel culture, you know what I mean, wokeness. They'd rather be all about that than to be all capitalists. Because I'll bet you this, the majority of Twitter workers are probably what? Are all communists. So they all think like communism. They all think alike. They all act alike. They all talk alike. Yeah. And they all believe alike. They all believe that, oh, communism's great. Socialism's great. Yeah. These are the people, dudes. These are the people. And these are the people that are fucked up in the head. Really. They really are. These are the people that are so fucked up, it ain't even fucking funny. But I have to sit here and wonder like that. I have to sit here and wonder like this. What the fuck were they thinking? That is the most horrific, horrible business decision. Okay? That on top of banning Donald Trump from every liberal social media platform like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. That, to me, ranks up there as the most horrific business decision. That there ranks very high on my book. That pretty much does, guys. That ranks way high up there. That ranks way high. Okay? That really does. Because the fact of the matter is, these people would rather go woke than to take the money and run. They are. These are people that would go completely woke, that would say, we're this and this and this. We'll go this and this and this. We're this and this and this. I sit there and I go like this. Yeah, you want to go woke, all this, but do you want to go completely broke? That's what I'm thinking. Do these people want to go broke? Do these people literally want to go broke? Because I'm telling you right now, these people have fucking lost their ever fucking mind. These people have. They've lost their mind. they've lost their ever fucking mind. Because I sit there and I go like this. It's one of the worst business decisions ever. Okay? It is one of the worst business decisions on the face of the earth. And I have to sit here and I go, what the fuck were they thinking? What thought process were they thinking when they thought this was a good idea? I don't know, man. I don't know. And then you got this royal Saudi prince who's fighting with Elon Musk, and I go like this. Dude, you only own 5% of the company. Elon Musk owns 9.2%? So he's got a little more wiggle room than you, dude. So I'll tell you this: you could take your stock options. You could take your stock, and you could shove it where the sun don't shine, dude. Because I look at it like this. Elon Musk trying to buy out Twitter is probably a good thing for them. Because you know why? Probably their CEO is probably a woke tard who doesn't see the business world, who doesn't see the business sense, who doesn't. They don't see that, yeah, money talks. You know what I mean? Money talks and bullshit walks. You know what I mean? But I'll say this, guys. I'll really touch on this, man. I'll really touch on this. If Elon Musk is actually able to mount a takeover of Twitter, I expect a huge wave of leftist workers fleeing Twitter. I expect a huge wave of leftists fleeing Twitter because they would rather censor people than to do what they're told and to do what they're being paid to do. They would rather be all censoring this, censoring that, than to be paid to do what they're told. They would rather censor conservatives and Republicans and all that than to go along with freedom of speech. They would. And it shows these are the kinds of people that they are. But I look at it like this. Either way, I got like this. A couple of predictions that could happen. One, if they take the buyout offer from Elon Musk, yeah, he would control the company. He would control the board of directors and the CEO and tell them what to do. And they would do it on his whim. B, since they took B, which is the poison pill, they basically decided to self-isolate themselves. They basically decided to shoot themselves in the foot. Here's what could happen. One, they refuse the offer and decide to dilute the stock and shoot themselves on the foot. So, Elon Musk sells his 9.2% share of the company. Company's stock market on Monday morning at the opening bell tanks like no tomorrow. And C, company's stock goes under real quick, and basically by the end of the week or month, they're bankrupt. So either way, since they decided to block Elon Musk from buying Twitter. I expect Elon to sell his 9.2% of this company on Monday morning, and I expect the stock to tank like a rock. So my advice to y'all: come Monday morning, guys, watch the opening bell, watch Twitter stock, see where it starts to take a nosedive. See where this stock decides to drop. Because I'll tell you this right now, guys. I'll tell you this. That stock will drop since they decide to shoot themselves on the foot. They decide to implode themselves. That stock is going to drop. There's no ifs, when, ands, or buts. There's none. That stock will drop one way or the other. And because of their stupid business decision and their fucked up business decision, that stock's going to go south real fast. It's going to go south in a fucking hurry. Because you know why? It's going to be the worst business decision on the face of the earth. It really is. It is the worst horrific business decision ever. And to pull that kind of business proposition, you either have to be that fucked up, jacked up, stupid, or basically insane to do this, to pull this business decision. You have to be that crazy dude. You literally have to, because I have to wonder. What kind of idiot would do this? What kind of idiot would say, yeah, we're gonna challenge Elon Musk. We're gonna dilute the stock so he doesn't buy it. That's basically you want to implode and destroy the company within so he doesn't take a shot at your company. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying, guys. Is that what you guys are saying? Is that you guys want to implode the stock? Do you guys want to implode the company and destroy it within so he doesn't get a hold of it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know, man. But all I gotta say is like this. It's the worst business decision ever. That is the worst way to do business. And it's the most horrific business decision that I've ever seen. And the CEO of Twitter, who is probably a fucking soy boy who doesn't know good money when he sees it. I'm sitting here going, these people have lost their ever fucking mind. Yeah, these people have. And I have to say, it's the worst business decision on the face of the earth. It is. It's the worst business decision ever. But then I wonder, guys, what the fuck were these people thinking? What were they fucking thinking? I mean, seriously, for real. What were they thinking? Because I'll tell you this right now. If I were a shareholder of Twitter, you know, and I'll tell you this, there are people who are shareholders of that company. There are people who are big time shareholders of Twitter. And they know like this, that if you fuck this company in the worst way, we'll fuck you up horribly. Oh man, wrong word. We'll fuck you up royally. Because I believe like this, guys. I believe like this. The corporate CEO made the most horrific decision ever. They made the most horrific business decision on the face of the earth. They really did. They really did. And that to me is one way of you killing the company, you killing the business, and you destroying yourself. That is one way of you destroying your entire corporation, your entire company. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I think that was the worst business decision ever. That was the worst business proposition on the face of the earth. I think that's going to set a bad precedent for businesses around the world. You know, I look at it this way, man. Twitter's finished, no matter how they decide to do things. Twitter as a whole, they're done. They're finished. It's over. It's completely over for them. It is. Okay? They are done. And I'm going to say this. That business decision they made on Friday, which is the most horrific business decision ever, they are setting themselves up to be the next MySpace. And I'm telling you, man, MySpace is calling, guys, and they're calling on Twitter. All right? So anyway, guys, thanks for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I will see y'all soon. Hope you all have a good weekend, and bye for now.